Good evening, and welcome to the Sherman Arts Complex. What a fabulous venue, and what a fabulous event to bring to a close our first day of the Academic Summit. And I must say the folks here at McNeese State University have gone over the top, and I'd like to thank them for a great first day. Join me in a round of appreciation for all of those folks here at McNeese who worked so hard. Earlier today, we celebrated excellence in faculty, staff, and student work in service learning. And today and tonight we transition to undergraduate research. And of course, the visual arts is a very, very important component of undergraduate research. And tonight's show has a very interesting history. About a year ago, when we had our very first undergraduate research day on the campus of Northwestern University, we didn't have a council at that particular point in time, but we decided that we wanted to celebrate student research. And we solicited work from the campuses, research from the campuses. The art faculty at Northwestern State, Matt DeFord and Leslie Grusbeck, decided on their own that, hey, concurrent with this, we should celebrate excellence in student art. And so, on their own, they designed and developed the sort of first system-wide art show, which was held concurrent with our undergraduate research day. Fast forward to this year, we now have a council in place, and with the assistance of that council and all of the art instructors and directors from across the system, we put together this particular fine show. You'll be interested to know that over 400 entries were submitted for consideration. 32 were selected for tonight's show. Very, very exclusive showing here. I would like to recognize those students whose work may be on display here tonight. I know a couple of you are here. We'd like you to come forward at this time. We have a little token of our appreciation to recognize your good work. We have an Academic Summit medallion that we'd like to present you with. I know there are a couple of you here. Would you please come forward? Thank you. Dr. Phil Williams from McNeese State University will distribute the medals. Let's give this group a well-deserved round of applause. Thank you very much. Thank you, and thank you, Dr. Williams. Dr. Williams is, of course, the president of McNeese State University, and joining him at the front here, we have our distinguished board member, UL System board member, Mr. Carl Shetler. And beside Mr. Shetler, we have Dr. Randy Moffett, president of the UL System. Mr. Shetler, Dr. Moffett, thank you very much for being here today. At this time, I'd like to turn things over to Xenia Fedorchenko. Xenia was our juror who was selected by the folks here at McNeese to be the independent reviewer of all this wonderful art that was submitted. Little did she know what she was getting herself into. Xenia is an assistant professor of printmaking and drawing at Lamar University in that state next door to us. She received her Master of Fine Arts degree in printmaking from Southern Illinois University in Edwardsville, and has a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree in painting from Lime Academy College of Fine Arts in Connecticut. Xenia is going to give us a little gallery talk, and at the end of the gallery talk, we will make the presentation of the Best in Category and Best in Show awards. Xenia.
Thank you very much. Hello everyone, and thank you for coming. Let us find out if I can stand and talk at the same time and hold a microphone. It has been a great honor to serve as a juror for this 2012 Louisiana Academic Summit competition. At the beginning of this process, it was recommended to me that I limit my selections to about 25 pieces so that each work may be viewed properly and exhibited well. In this, I have to tell you I fell short, having selected 32 out of over 455 entries submitted. According to my very rusty math, that is a very, very exclusive show where only about 7.03% of the entries were accepted. So, it is a very special exhibition indeed, and please accept my heartfelt congratulations if your work is here with us tonight. It is always a difficult process to rank an exhibition, as each piece speaks its own truth. The elements and principles of art and design, such as movement, balance, proportion, feasibility of anatomy, if that's what's being aimed for, and other practicalities of art making were certainly considered in the decision-making process. I take it for granted that works entered must be well photographed and lit, as well as that forming an intellectual or emotive connection to a piece would be difficult at best in the presence of technical shortcomings. That said, technical great, immaculate craftsmanship should not be the goal of an artist. There are many finely crafted works of art that fail to reveal the personality of their maker and become pastiches of that which has been taught. As a teacher, I saw many pieces that were clearly sound executions of good assignments, which certainly should be entered in more exhibitions. It is one thing to execute an assignment well, and quite another to make it your own, and there were many entries that did just that. That said, in a recent conversation with one of my students, I found myself saying that I think that any given juror could make 10 different shows out of the same entries on 10 different days. So if your work did not get in, there and there to submit it again. With that said, it is not to say that my selections were whimsically made, but I wanted to talk about the fact that the conceptual framing that goes into any decision-making process before any selections are made will influence the outcome. A show that is supposed to be a figure drawing show will obviously be very, very different than an exhibition of contemporary works on paper. The title of this show, the Academic Summit Competition, the word summit indicating both a meeting and an apex, made me think of a student's journey from the first art classes taken to graduation with a bachelor's degree. The work submitted, from simple still lifes to pieces dealing with self-image or documentation of the artist's immediate surroundings, represented the arc of learning quite well. From this context of general academic excellence, I endeavored to select and celebrate student artists that appeared further along the path of forming a strong, personal, artistic vision. Excuse me for a minute. Ta-ta-ta. And of course they're stuck together. Quite a few works struck me by a real sense of time and labor invested into endeavoring to communicate through a formal study something of the poetry and transience of our existence. Furthermore, the pieces I found to be the most successful demonstrate an ability to fearlessly edit the visual information for the sake of the overall statement. The selection process itself was hard and hit me harder than most. Every decision was questioned and pored over. Several hours into the process, I had an excellent exhibition of about 67 pieces, and that had to be cut again. Perhaps the initial choices demonstrated personal preferences in process or technique, but the final focus, however, was an exhibition representing and balancing as many media as possible without, and I repeat that, including objects based solely on the fact that they were the only entry of its kind. I did not judge painting on being painterly or drawings based on construction or composition. I was searching for a show that would reflect what it might be like to make art in today's society, for works that were personal but not diaristic, aware of tradition but not derivative. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Senior. At this time, Xenia is going to announce the winners in each category and then the best in show. And so if your name is called, please step forward. If an award recipient should not be here, we would ask that a member of the Undergraduate Research Council from that institution come forward to accept the award on their behalf. Xenia.
Thank you again. And drum roll, please. For outstanding merit in design illustration, the piece Garden, which is a pen and ink drawing from the University of New Orleans, Harriet Burbeck. Yay! Yay, Harriet. Come up front, please. And now, outstanding merit in drawing for a piece called Surreal versus Realistic. It is a lithograph from the University of Louisiana at Lafayette, and the artist is Ying Yan. Accepting for Ying is Brian Kelly. And now, outstanding merit in 3D, The Hand That Feeds, Bites, ceramic and mixed media work from the University of Louisiana at Lafayette, and the artist is Jill Roy. And Brian Kelly is once again accepting the award. Outstanding merit in mixed media, Control and Chance. It's an altered book from the University of Louisiana at Lafayette, and the artist is Vanessa Wright. Yes! I promised this was a blind jury. Outstanding merit in painting is for an acrylic on canvas piece called Painting After a Performance from the University of Louisiana at Lafayette, and the artist is Blake Trahan. Now, outstanding merit in photography, archival pigment print called Yellow Baby Blue from McNeese State University. Tiffany Pruitt. An outstanding merit in printmaking goes to a woodcut called Buffalo from the University of Louisiana at Lafayette by Blake Trahan. Last but not least, and I'll wait for that there, the best in show. went to the Hand That Feeds Bites, which is the piece right down there. It's a ceramic and mixed media piece from the University of Louisiana at Lafayette by Jill Roy. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Xenia, and thank you. And congratulations, award winners. Could we ask all of our award winners to come forward one more time so we can get a group picture? And we'll need a U-Haul truck for the University of Louisiana Lafayette. Congratulations. I know Xenia worked very hard to make this show a possibility, but of course we have to extend a special thank you to the art department here at McNeese State University. They were the sort of coordinating body to make tonight's show possible. Thank you very much for all of your hard work. Also want to recognize an outstanding musical group at the other end of the room, the McNeese Steel Drum Band. I think if there had been a travel agent here tonight, a few of us may have booked a flight or two to the West Indies. I do also want to recognize another special guest whom you'll be hearing more of tomorrow. We have with us Dr. Catherine Watley, who's the provost at Berry College in Georgia. Catherine is representing the Council of Undergraduate Research, Vice Presidents of Academic Affairs, and those on the Undergraduate Research Council can meet Dr. Watley for coffee tomorrow at 8:15. We'll start our proceedings tomorrow at 9 o'clock back in the Para Ballroom in the Student Union for a full day of undergraduate research presentations, oral presentations, and poster presentations. I have had a wonderful day here today, and I look forward to the events tomorrow. Thank you all for making this possible. It has been a wonderful day. Have a good evening.